let's get into this. We're not even gonna waste a second. Gotta get the nice hand rub going every episode.
So I should start at the hand rub for the like.
I don't know. I feel like that's me just warming revving myself up. Matter of fact, you can actually keep this in. I just feel like this is just me.
Fair
just
enough.
Fair get enough. Ready, boy. We about to pop.
Oh God.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Nerdy Basement Podcast. We are your hosts. I am the OG Osmosis, or just simply Ozzy, and joining me each and every episode.
You need to work on that. I'm Eddie. What's up, guys? You
listen. You guys gotta just like as soon as I
and
say
it's your boy Boozer.
As soon as I say it, boom. That's it. We are back again with another episode jam-packed because there's a lot to talk about when it comes to HBO Max, Warner Brothers. There's a lot to dive into, but we're not gonna waste no time today because a lot has been happening. There's more HBO Max cancellations. There is now shows that are being shopped around. You got executives now officially leaving, layoffs, footage being scrapped,
delays,
new release days, you name it. Please, can someone save DC Warner Brothers? Please, someone save everything and everyone over there because it is madness now. We're going to start off with a show that I was really looking forward to when it got announced literally a year ago to the day almost. Batman Kid Crusader, bro. Gone. That's it. Not canceled from HBO Max.
Well, getting shopped around.
Is it now
from HBO Max? It's being shopped around.
Correct.
But
not on HBO.
Not on HBO Max. Not coming out on HBO Max.
Which is wild because you own that property.
You
own Batman.
Which is what
I think that's the funniest thing. Like when it ends up on actual, like on an actual like streaming service that ends up being owned by WB anyway, and it's just like, why did you even make this all a fuss? You could have just said, hey, it's not going to be HBO Max.
What else do they own?
Mm.
Well, they have like partnerships with Hulu for a lot of their DC stuff and everything, and then the HBO
but they don't
general,
own
HBO Max. Well, yeah, but they have the partnerships with them, so like it's like they have half of their discography from HBO Max. Like you could do a linked like membership for HBO Max through Hulu.
Gosh,
it's like so half of their shit is going to end up there anyway. And then what if it's Netflix? Obviously, that's a completely different story. And I think if anything, it should end up on Amazon Prime. I think that they'll do it justice.
Yes,
I'd probably go with Netflix.
Expect my dismay when I didn't even know this thing existed, and then I found out about it. Got immediately hyped and disappointed all within one emotion.
All within 5 minutes. Oh shit! New Batman show. Oh,
I read the description of what it was supposed to be, and that it's getting shopped around, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
It hurts. It hurts.
That was a
whiplash.
Win.
The whiplash I got.
The whiplash from that news for you must have been super intense. Is your neck all right?
No.
You still feeling it? Has recovered?
No, I'm getting surgery next week.
Next week? Why you wait till next week?
Because I'm gonna get more whiplash over the next couple days. I'm not trying to get surgery more than once. Warner Brothers is about to, all the shit we're about to talk about. I got lots of whiplash, and we're about to get whiplash. I need to give it a week to see if we get any more.
Exactly. So Bruce Timm and J.J. Abrams were working on this project. This will be the second J.J. Abrams project that gets canceled. Demi Monday was the first one that got canned. So none of those are releasing on HBO Max. Along with Kid Crusader, you also got Merry Little Batman, The Day the Earth Blew Up. This is all animated shows that were coming out on HBO Max. We got Bye Bye Bunny. It's all Looney Tunes stuff. Did I Do That to the Holidays? The Steve Urkel story. The Amazing World of Gumball. The movie.
That hurts, actually. I
heard that's hurting a lot of people.
Gumball
that hurt a lot of people. That one really hurt a lot of people. I know Batman hurt a lot of people, but once they said Gumball,
dude,
I honestly
were
pissed.
When it came to the new generation of like those cartoons from Cartoon Network, Gumball was the standout for me. Like for all the when like Adventure Time, regular show, and then all that. But when Gumball came in, I was just like, this is genius. I was like, everything about this show is fucking amazing. Like, I was just like, this is too good to be here. Like, I was like, why is this
It
even
was
like
probably ahead of his
roped
time.
in?
It was one
It
of
really
those gems
was.
that was ahead of
It
his time.
really was. And I'm just like, oh man, I was like a fish that would like just started grew legs and just is part of the family now. That's okay.
Right.
I'm taking it.
Let's roll with it. We're rolling with the
Yo,
punches here. Let's go. But yeah, on top of
damn.
that,
I didn't even
Driftwood
know about it.
also, yeah, Driftwood is also another animated original that was coming to HBO Max. That also got canceled. As Boozer was mentioning with Batman Cape Crusader, with all of these shows, the silver lining, I guess, if you even want to call it that, if you want to even call it a silver lining, given everything that we've been dealing with, all of the projects will continue development, but they will be shopped around to be, streaming on other platforms, networks, whatever the case may be, which again, kind of makes no sense. You could have just listen. I would have been okay with the other shows, but at least keep Gumball and keep Cape Crusader. That could have easily been massive hits on HBO Max because Gumball has a huge following for way past a decade at this point, and Batman Cape Crusader was literally building off the original Batman the animated series. So it was like that was in no way, shape, or form doomed to fail on HBO Max. So it was like,
those are like,
what was the logic here?
Well, the only thing I could say is like it's always the worry of Batman fatigue, right? Like it's just like everybody's just like, how much more times that we need to see poor Martha and Thomas Wayne die? You know what I mean? Like in one
but that wouldn't even like this would have been a sequel to something that was already established. Like it would have been fresh. Like but this would have been new and fresh. Like,
but we do know there's going to be that scene, Boozer. Come on, don't lie. You know what I mean?
Isn't it
in the opening credits? Isn't
it a continuation of the animated series? Wasn't it?
Like, well, with that one,
so like, why would they need to establish that again? Well, I thought it was supposed to be a continuation.
Well, he always has a flashback, bro. Come on, don't.
You know they would have found that one moment where he was giving somebody a speech, or he was rethinking of a flashback where he had a fight, and within that flashback he had a flashback of the flashback.
Yeah,
that is the death of his parents. Yeah, to really bring in that will, that strong will.
Exactly.
To, get him to come out on top. Come on, Batman, you can do it.
It's somebody's going to see pearls, and then somebody's going to have a monologue, and it's just okay. I'm going to go on a tangent over here.
No, go ahead. Feel free.
I just started watching Harley Quinn today, because like now they have 7 episodes out. I am on like episode 4. Fucking hilarious. Like it's raunchier than ever. Freaking the jokes are landing. And of course, the reason why I even said that was because there's a scene that all of us, because they're doing a they're doing a reboot to a biopic that they did of Thomas and Martha Wayne's story.
Stop it.
And then Batman found out about it, and he's like, when he found out, he was like, can they leave those poor billionaires story alone? It's like, it's one thing for like the child to still go through this, like she was just wearing her pearls, they just wanted to see a movie, and he's like going through this whole shit. And mind you, I'm not even doing it justice. I'm telling you, when you watch episode 3, it's going to be funny as fuck. Like it's just everything so far.
I'm telling you, man, that Harley Quinn show, God, that show is a fucking gem.
It's crazy. Gem. It is just too crazy.
But yeah, moving on from that.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
I'm just waiting for in the Flash movie we get Reverse Flash, and Reverse Flash brings Barry to when Batman's parents dies, and he's like, Barry, I'm gonna make you watch Batman's parents die over and over. And that's how we see the scene again.
Oh my God!
Listen, they'll find a way. They'll find a way to do it again.
We got to see those pearls drop.
Every single time. Listen, we got it in Joker. We got it in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Batman v Stupid.
Movie not even about him.
A movie for Batman.
Not even about it. They found a way to put it in there. They will find a way They will find a way. Trust, they will find a way.
I need another 40 years before I think it's necessary to show audiences that again.
Yo, they got to take a page out of Marvel's book. Fuck the origins. People know this. Fuck the origins.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, they could
So
even
bad.
refrain from mentioning it
Look at
in the
this.
Batman, the recent movie.
Look at
They
this.
could have refrained from
They
mentioning
just
it.
made a Flash meal of the Flash meal cover and everything like that reprint for Detective Comics 27. So in here there's drop pearls.
Yeah,
There's there, and they
pearls,
don't even care in the
in
comic books right now. They do in the comic books. They're like, you guys want to see this again? We
You
know.
guys wanna-
you
guys
guys want to see.
You better clutch your pearls. You better clutch your
Listen,
pearls.
with your next copy of Batman, you
Oh
get
my
these
God.
replica pearls.
The replica, the replica Martha Wayne.
Oh, poor God.
Yo,
Poor
Martha.
Martha. Yeah. Oh.
Why did you say that name?
And for the special edition, you get a fragment of the bullet.
Fucked up. Oh my God. I love it though. It's fucking
Oh
hilarious.
shit.
And that's how you do
shit.
Batman marketing.
That's how you
Oh,
do Batman
goodness.
marketing. Holy shit, that was great.
Oh my God.
Yeah, moving on. Oh shit, I gotta recollect myself for a
shit.
second. That was some
Very
good
nice.
shit.
Yes.
Thank you, Ed, for getting us on that tangent. Thank you. Appreciate that. That was
Good
not
enough.
part of the notes. That was not
No.
part of the notes. That was straight off the top.
Dude, I
Y'all
had
get
to.
the,
I
y'all
was
get
just
the
like,
freestyles here. Y'all already know how we do.
this is going to be the
But-
clip.
this is definitely getting clipped. But yeah, HBO Max's
Oh, my God.
vice president of kids and family original programming, Nikki Reed, has exited the company amidst all of the cancellations and the layoffs. Obviously, the decision comes amidst all that chaos that's going over at Warner Brothers Discovery at the moment. Obviously, last week, I think it was in the last part, we also mentioned that they cut a good portion of the employees. So 70 employees also got cut additionally to that, cut an additional 14%. So it's like people just losing jobs.
Do we know how big the company is in general?
I don't know. In terms of employers, I have no idea exactly how many people. And I honestly haven't really been diving too deep into that side of the business in terms of what's going on politically within the company. But yeah, the 70 employees, I'm assuming for a small department or any department of that size or within that massive company, 70 employees is a lot of people.
That's a lot of people, yeah.
That's a lot of people. And that's only 14% of the people that got laid off. So just imagine how much more people, how much more employees they have in that company.
Damn shame. Ugh.
So it's like I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Tomorrow might be my last day at work. I don't know. It's like it's not certainty anymore. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm sure Disney or Marvel's hiring.
I'm sure. We're given all the projects, given all the projects they got going on. I'm pretty sure they're hiring.
They need somebody.
You can start tonight. Don't even worry about an interview. You're hired. Just come in tomorrow for work. But yeah, so more on the Batgirl, because like I said in the notes, Batgirl is dead at this point. Just fucking bury it, leave it alone. But we keep coming back to it. Now we're having what they're calling funeral screenings of Batgirl, which are being held at the Warner Brothers lot in California for the cast and the crew, so they can watch the film.
That's painful.
Bro, I can't fathom that shit. I can't even bring myself to saying the rest of it. I can't. It's just like you cancel.
How are you not fuming while watching that,
bro? But that's what I'm trying to fathom. It's like, why would you want to go watch a movie that wasn't finished in post-production? It was done filming, but the post-production work.
Oh, it's
not
unfinished.
Complete.
It's like unfinished post-wise.
Yeah, post-production wasn't finished. Filming was finished, but post-production wasn't finished. To watch that rough cut, essentially, knowing that you spent almost a year plus working on this movie,
wondering what it would look like completed, knowing
the vision that you had for the end of that tunnel. I mean, to then have the news that no, this movie's not getting made, is going to be just a tax write-off. And guess what? On top of that, we're going to scrap this footage entirely so nobody in the world can ever see it again.
Somebody's bringing out their phone. I can tell you that much. Somebody's doing something, or they're getting those Google glasses to record some shit so they don't get caught.
I thought about that, right? I thought about that, but I feel like maybe this is the reason they're having those screenings and those viewings for these people on the lot, so they can kind of control the
Oh
atmosphere.
yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So none of that stuff gets out.
You
So
just you could say that, right? But then there's this person, right? Remember that person that that served Olivia Wilde her like the divorce papers on stage at a viewing?
oh, right.
So you
The
so think about it.
CCXP, right? It was
Yeah.
CCXP.
So
Yeah.
apparently everyone had to get screened for that months in advance.
Damn.
So the amount of planning that it like this person took just to be able to
those
get
people
there.
that serve those papers are ruthless.
Dude, they're
they don't
also
give a
very
fuck.
creative. Remember when Seth Rogen did it in Superbad? Remember how creative he had to get?
No, was it Superbad? No, it wasn't.
It was Superbad. It wasn't.
No, it was Zack and Mary Make a Porno.
No, wrong one too. Wait, it was the.
Oh no, it was
Pineapple Express.
No, right. We're both wrong. Correct. Yeah. Pineapple Express. We're both wrong.
So those guys, ridiculous, right? So I'm saying, like, they were saying there was COVID screenings, there were this and that. So I'm saying, even on the WB lot, it's not impossible. I think if somebody really wants to do it, I think they'll figure out a way. Like, it's just sure, like shit. I'm probably the person taking the phones. Like, hey, here's $100. Videotape it when you're in the back. Right. That's it. It could be the shittiest video ever, but just get enough.
a part of me, the petty side of me, honestly, the petty side of me, as someone, if I was in this position where I worked on a big budget, multi-million-dollar film like this, and you just basically saying my work here is not good enough for you to put out, that you got a funeral, like you got to write a eulogy, you got to have a wake, you got to have a funeral, bury it. That's a huge fuck you to me. Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna be super petty and I'm gonna find a way to get this footage out there. I don't give a fuck. Fire me, do whatever it is you want, but I'm gonna get this footage out there some way, somehow, and shit. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened with the directors who were trying to get the footage from their server.
They were ready.
Only to find that footage was deleted from their server.
Yeah, that was
and
harsh.
It's like, WV, y'all knew. Y'all were 2 steps ahead of the game. Bro. This time only. But shit, imagine if the directors would have been able to download that shit and keep it on a personal drive or something.
Because that's what I would have liked. If I was one of the directors, I wouldn't mind it had to be like, and then just show friends, be like, hey guys, like just for us, just so you can see what we were working with and shit.
Exactly.
But that's,
I don't know. That's just the petty side of me. That's just me being petty. But you know what I mean? It is
remember the scene in Godzilla where he's like, let them fight. for me, that moment is when they're going in that theater, record it.
Let them record.
Let them record.
Let them edit. Really, no. Let them edit.
For real, it's truly unprecedented times.
First time it ever happened, I think. Right. Besides,
I'm pretty sure this is the first time ever that something like this has happened. I mean,
okay, wait, no.
Is it? We might not
almost. Well, technically, until recently, remember, Snyder Cut was like this.
But they were able to bring in some high job, director to come finish it and then put it out just so they can get their bonus. But this time it's like we don't even want to spend more money on this. This is trash. This is going into the dumpster. Just burn it down.
It's close, but not the same. Yeah, you're right. This one is just straight up like
The thing is, it's equal parts fucked up to a certain extent. Granted, what WB did to Zack Snyder amidst his mourning of his daughter's suicide, super fucked up, because you guys chose business over integrity.
They chose deadlines. Oh yeah, deadlines over any compassion.
Over any empathy, compassion. This is someone who you had literally a 5-year, almost 7-year plan with to create a cinematic universe, to just basically turn face on him like that over something so tragic. That's super fucked up. And then now you turn around, you get all the backlash from that. You finally cave in and you release the Snyder Cut because that's what the fans have been demanding for years. Then you can come out with the accusations of being racist on set with the whole Jeff Johns thing and Ray Fisher. You don't show face for that. But here you come again. You suddenly cancel the Cyborg movie. You don't give us Green Lantern. You cancel a whole bunch of other shit. And on top of it, you cancel Batgirl and just give a huge fuck you to everybody else who's been working for your business.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, it's like you just there's no integrity over there at WB for anybody who works for
Not
them.
only can I not forgive them for not giving us that Green Lantern, which looked extremely dope.
Yep.
Like that's like the ideal suit that leaked image. But also like it's like they literally just spoke to Gary at finance again and was like, "Can we afford
No, this is
to like
this
delay
is
this
definitely
movie?"
Gary.
And Gary was like, "Nah, we really need to release this movie."
And I think going to some points down the line later, which we'll touch up on a little bit. I think Gary and finance had a lot to say with these delays.
Oh, bro,
that they announced.
Gary and finance said, "Listen,
past couple days,
we so broke. You got like a 20 on you. Can you spot me a 20? Because our account's looking dry." And I need to get lunch today. So
so just to finish on Batgirl real quick. So obviously the directors try to recover their footage. That shit was scrapped from that server. WB is also, I guess the IRS got whiff of this, and they were like, "Yo, fam, WB, y'all really trying to get this right off, like stat. Y'all gotta really cremate the fuck out this footage, like for real, for real." So apparently WB Discovery is like really open to just destroying the actual footage, the film footage, the actual film, not just whatever's recorded on the hard drives to edit. The actual film itself, destroy it so you can speed up the process of this tax write-off.
Sounds like a freaking like when you need a witness from CGC to get a book signed
right.
so you can get it graded. It's like, exactly. Hey, IRS guy, can you come here? We're gonna
I need a certificate. I need a certificate authenticity.
Bro, at this point, I'm sorry, but like if I'm like a director or whatever, I don't know, like who's like the highest person on like a movie. I don't know if it's like the director or not.
I want to say close to executive producer.
If I'm the director and the producers, in my contract, I'm going like, listen, I need a copy of this movie no matter what. Like
there has to be something. Like you know what I mean?
It's crazy. Like I can't, and I feel also, especially since like for all these like streaming originals, if that shit gets wiped, it's not on DVD. It's just gone.
Yeah,
it's gone. Like it's like nobody outside whoever is attending these screenings on the WB lots are gonna see this movie.
Listen,
nobody. All we got as the general audience, as consumers, as critics, whatever the case you want to call it, all we got is the behind the scene images that they dropped because the movie got canceled. That's it.
I'm not saying I want to download anything, but if someone were to put a DVD set of say Daredevil on my front door, I'm not questioning it. Because like it's just crazy that these things like don't exist to buy.
Yeah.
And it's just like it could just go at any time.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the directors have come out and said they're open to working with WB again to direct another DC project. Listen, in my personal opinion, to each their own.
Yeah.
Fool me once, shame on you.
Yeah.
Fool me twice, shame on me. Yeah, this is not a company I want to work for again.
Yeah. I will be so. I'd be so taken aback by that. I just
no. It's like you scrap.
I couldn't imagine wanting that relationship again.
Yeah, no, no. I mean, listen. Again, to each their own. This is nothing against the directors. They're great. They're talented. Obviously, they'll be a hot commodity. You know, they got Bad Boys. You know, Bad Boys for life. They directed some episodes from Ms. Marvel. They had Batgirl. You know, obviously Kevin Feige wants to work with them again. Listen, you guys show that you guys got talent. That can be respected. But I think in a scenario like this, a little more self-respect and showing your self-worth that you are the talent. The studio needs you more than you need them. Doesn't matter how many millions they're paying you, especially after pulling a move like this. Yeah, nah, we just can't. We can't work together. I'm sorry.
It's nah. Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Again, that's just me. That's just me.
Exactly.
Also,
that's just me. I can't speak for them. I can't speak for them. That's just me.
Companies
I'm not making $100 million movies. I'm just answering phone calls all day. So that's just me. But yeah, Boozy, you had another opinion.
I was just watching last week tonight, and John Oliver was making fun of like a little budget, making fun of HBO like all the time, and like the parent companies because like they merged with like AT&T, and AT&T was Business Daddy, and he's making fun of their service all the time, how they ain't got no service, which I switched off from AT&T. That shit never had service, at least where I live. And then like now he's making fun of he was like making fun of Warner Brothers for, you know, just deleting shit. And they're new business daddy, so he's gonna come at them. But like, man, HBO is going through so many mergers. They're going through mergers like hotcakes, bro.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah. Honestly,
sad. Like that's like my
AT&T. Well, I feel like the AT&T thing wasn't even that long ago.
No, yeah, AT&T.
No, it really wasn't. It was literally like not even 3 years ago. It was like 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah,
it was like 2017. I think it was.
Yeah, that's remember all the talk
2019.
About,
no,
like
2019.
Getting rid
I think it was.
Yeah, they were all like, remember, even AT&T was talking about like getting rid of like DC Comics at the time too.
Because they wanted to sell it. Yeah,
I'm just like,
I remember that. Yeah, they wanted to sell it. They wanted
maybe just actually do something with this like valuable thing that you have.
Exactly. I don't get it. I don't know.
Like, there is no shortage of people that want
gold mine. It's a gold mine of things you can do.
Superhero content. Yeah.
Exactly. Especially where the medium is at today, where it's at almost to a point where it's almost oversaturated with superhero content. You know what I mean? And everybody is jumping on this bandwagon. Everybody, all of them. Netflix, Disney, whatever. Obviously, Disney owns a good chunk of what the comic book movie TV industry is. But Amazon Prime, you know what I mean? Prime Video doing all that stuff. Netflix, like, hello, come on, fam. Like, even Stars, Showtime, like, they got their comic book adaptations as well.
That they cancel, like freaking what was it?
American Gods.
American Gods.
It's like come on, fam. It's like you got a plethora of content that you can adapt in terms of DC, and you're not doing nothing with it. But anyway, moving on from that, there is some good news, I guess. Matt Reeves did sign an overall first look deal spanning multiple years with Warner Brothers Discovery. He also confirmed that Batman 2 has entered the early stages of writing.
Okay.
And WBD has revealed that they're like going all in with Matt Reeves as they want him to develop, multiple films under this first look deal. I guess we're getting Batman 2, so I guess that's the bright spot there.
Which we all knew like that wasn't getting canned. I think we all felt comfortable.
It's Batman.
I think we all felt comfortable, especially with the success of the first one. Like I think we all felt pretty comfortable that was like one of the few things that are safe.
Exactly. So that means that's safe. That's also triple confirmation that the Penguin show is safe. Obviously, that's gonna start filming in February of next year. That also means that his Arkham Asylum show, which was originally the Gotham PD show, is also in good standing. So they're not going anywhere. Well, Matt Reeves at least is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And his Batverse isn't going anywhere. But Greg from Finance had a field day.
I feel like you should have put Matt Reeves thing at the end, because it's like, at least can we get off on a good note? I guess.
A little good news.
I mean, I feel like we got a couple good news. That one point you dropped at the end.
Well, kind of. I guess.
Feel like look at you producing that little extra on the show notes. I appreciate that.
It just dropped. It just dropped on.
It did. It did. I looked. I was like, oh shit, that's like right now. That's right now news.
I was waiting for you guys to be done with the. Yeah, I was like, hey, I'm waiting for you guys. I was like, just going through my phone. I was like, oh, look at that. It's not there.
Exactly. So yeah, Greg from Finance. Delayed a whole bunch of shit. Announced new release dates. Announced different switches in release formats. So obviously we got to start it off with DC because DC is where we at right now. Shazam and Aquaman both delayed. Greg from Finance, what are you doing, brother? Why? I was looking forward to Shazam to end the year on a good note with Shazam, bro. I was looking forward to Shazam.
Dude, Greg from Finance was like, okay, listen, we had a big party this past week.
The pizza
all our
party.
budget went to that pizza party.
They took them all to Chuck E. Cheese. We're gonna have to Chuck E. Cheese.
We ain't got enough money. We can only do 2 movies this year. Okay, if we want to do another pizza party next year, we're just gonna have to push everything back.
If we want to eat pizza in the Virgin Islands, we can't release none of these films. Okay,
I have never thought, like, it's just so mind-boggling and confusing for me to see a mega corporation act like they need you to spot them a 5, like. Just act so broke. Like how are you so broke you can only release 2 movies? Explain to me how you have no money.
Again, Greg from Finance.
How are you still hired, Greg? Like, how does Greg never lose his job?
I don't know, but I guess this is what
they trust him way too much.
Who knows?
For
Maybe
real.
they expected more people to buy like the HBO Max like subscriptions and not share their passwords or some shit. I don't know. Like it's just like how
Yeah,
much money were you banking on that though? Like it's you gave everybody a freaking free trial for like a month and like almost
exactly.
like
It's
I think
I
that's
Mhm.
just
just
I just don't get
it's
I
ridiculous.
just
And
don't get how
the
this
crazy
is.
thing is, not to cut you off, was
Yeah,
the crazy thing is like now they're actually running a promo on a huge discount for
40%
the
off.
yearly for the yearly price. For the yearly price. Oh, we're
Which
canceling
also,
all these shows. We're canceling
how
all
many
these
people
movies.
do the
But
yearly? I want to know the statistics on people that do
Ed,
yearly
Ed does
versus
the
I
a
yearly.
do
month.
the
Ed
yearly.
does the
I
yearly.
just don't want to
You do the
remember
yearly?
to get it out. Yeah, I do the yearly because I'm
I
just
ain't
like
got money
I
for
don't
that.
want to worry about it.
I ain't got money to
Honestly,
just be dropping 100 something bucks, 200 bucks.
honestly, I've been considering switching to that payment format. I'm like, yeah, just take the year.
Listen,
Leave
if
me the
I
fuck
had
alone. I'll
money,
talk to you next
I'd
year,
be
bro.
doing yearly on everything. If I had like decent money, I'd be doing yearly on everything. I
I
gotta do
feel
that month to
you.
month. Because if I gotta
I
cancel,
feel you.
if I gotta cancel, I gotta cancel.
Yeah, I
So
feel you, bro. I feel you. But yeah, well, whatever. We're at Aquaman in the Lost Kingdom, HBO Max. I'm like saying, like, you just can't,
December, December.
you just can't push everything back and then delay shit and then have
Mhm.
all this structural rework and then expect people to sign up for your yearly plan. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Again, we're gonna take it back to the escargot again. Come on, bro. Escargot on the menu. If it's not on the menu, people ain't buying. So, but yeah,
You know, it'd be some
Aquaman.
real shit. You know, it'd be some real shit if they were like, listen, we're doing a lot of changes. We're cutting a lot of content right now.
Mhm.
Our shit's half
Right,
for the next year.
right.
And listen, we will start adding a lot more content as we get things back to normal. And once we start adding a bunch more content, we'll go back to our normal price.
But the
But
crazy thing is,
you be like
before
everyone gets cut off half off.
the crazy thing is, before you even get to revealing the new release dates for Aquaman and Shazam, it's like they snagged like at least 100 Emmys nominations
Mm.
for this past year alone. So it's like, where does this man come from? Where is his mindset coming in to this merge and be like, you know what, X, Y, and Z, this platform is not successful as it should be. So we got to scrap a whole bunch of shit. Like,
So much.
where does that
So
mindset come
much.
from? When with this to snag a collective nearly 100 Emmy nominations. Do you know how good your content got to be? It's
Bro.
hard to get nominated out here. It's hard out here for these pimps, bro.
Like, I feel like at a certain point, I'm like, what's left on this platform? Like, what's left on this?
Bro, I haven't touched HBO Max since like I finished Barry season 4.
You know what I do know they have? Apparently, they got Jujutsu Kaisen.
Or season 3, whatever.
No idea
season
why they
we're
have
talking
Jujutsu
about.
Kaisen.
Well, they have the Studio Ghibli stuff.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like,
And they have
yeah.
the Studio Ghibli stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they
you
do.
can only
So,
watch that on there. But
yeah, honestly, I like a lot of the content on it. I like it
I
has a
love- I
lot
like
of good
it.
Yeah,
I
I
shit.
just
really
don't
do
like
like
It has a lot
HBO
of good
Max
shit.
was one of my favorite. Like they're just, I feel like they're just slowly destroying it. But yeah, no, to me, like it was like HBO Max was like almost at the top for me, and then like it was kind of like a Hulu and Netflix were kind of like next in like terms of like what content I watch on there. And then like Disney Plus was because like obviously I'm gonna go watch like my Star Wars stuff and like my Marvel stuff. But like that's all I watch on there. That's all I watch on there. So like that was like lower on like the important scale. But yeah, like to me, like HBO Max was like number one pretty much.
yeah, for me it was obviously like you, I only use Disney Plus to watch Marvel and Star
Yeah,
Wars.
those are the only things I watch.
To be completely honest, if I want to rewatch an MCU movie, then that's why I know I can watch it all there on demand.
Yeah.
But Netflix, Prime, HBO Max, automatic go-tos outside of YouTube, because YouTube obviously has a completely another world in and of itself, which doesn't really count when it comes to streaming wars.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, but yeah, Netflix, Hulu, Netflix, HBO Max, and Prime were my go-to. So it's like don't be destroying my HBO Max. You know, it cost me a hefty penny and shit. But yeah, Breath of Finance did release some the new release dates for Aquaman and Shazam. So Aquaman is dropping December 20 on Christmas Day, 2023. That won't hurt.
That's
that
like
hurt.
wait. I just noticed
That's
that. Wait. That's a long time
dumb.
now. That's another year.
Over a year. Over a year.
Over
a year and several months.
Yeah.
That's a year and 3 months delay.
Literally to close out 2023.
No, 4 months. Because I said we didn't even hit September yet. So that's a year and 4 months.
So I'm gonna throw. I
almost
don't
a year and a
jinx
half.
anything. I don't want to jinx anything though, because also I see where Shazam is just as bad. Did they mention anything about Blue Beetle yet?
Like, no, bro.
Nothing.
Blue Beetle's still in the. I don't even know if they're still filming. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with Blue Beetle, because remember last time when we first started covering this on the pod, Blue Beetle was in the talks of being on the chopping block, but nothing about Blue Beetle yet.
Bro,
I've been hawking
everyone
all of
on
the
that
HBO
project.
news.
Everyone on that project is the Jordan Peele sweating meme right now.
Every single
insane.
day. Every single day. Every single day.
It's like some of them. I wouldn't be surprised if morale is so down on those films.
Oh,
right
I'm
now.
sure.
Like, it's just
I'm sure anyone working on a project with Warner's or HBO is just probably deflated.
Yep.
Like,
it's like you're stressed 24/7. You don't know if your project.
You don't know if you're working
tomorrow.
Yeah.
You don't know if
that's got to be
job is not
so
guaranteed.
deflating.
Because the thing when you work in Hollywood, you sign these contracts. You have, if you're working on a project, you have guaranteed work from 3 to 6 months, 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
That's how you live. You get a hefty paycheck because you have those dedicated amount of months. If you're a producer who signed multi-year contracts, you are guaranteed jobs for X amount of years. But imagine being a producer or an executive producer or an assistant, whatever, a showrunner. You sign these multi-year contracts and then have your stuff just canned like that. A writer, whatever it is, animator. Like, but that's some scary shit. That's just a livelihood. You spend decades of your life.
Because there's contracts, are there payoffs for canceling that contract?
I wouldn't say.
Or are there clauses that allow them to like cancel the
severance?
I assume there's got to be something. I don't know what the logistics are.
Then,
I don't know what the logistics are.
Even if you're getting the severance pay, right? Because you are on the contract. You're breaking the contract. Again, is that really all worth it to not have your project not shown to the world?
No.
It's like I would rather have, whether it's received well or not, I would rather have my project out in the world.
Yeah, agreed.
Than to not.
I'd rather have it fail.
Yeah,
and exactly. At least and that's something you can learn from than never knowing anything about it.
Exactly.
Well, think about it like this too. Like, who's to say that it is like it wasn't received well now? Like 5 or 6 years from now, it could have been received amazing. You know what I mean?
Because sure.
Look at Firefly.
Like, you know what I mean?
Look at Firefly.
I was going to say, like, episodes 1, 2, and 3 for Star Wars. Like, no one, like, besides maybe our age gap and all that kind of stuff, we resonated with it a little bit more. We're like, okay, we dig this. Obviously, 1 and 2 were very like slow burns, but they had some high notes. And then like when number 3 came out, we're like, yo, best lightsaber scene ever. So it's just like, and then of course, when they came out with the animated stuff, that's when everybody felt love for the whole series and everything like that. So I'm just saying, like, they could have just take the chance. And again, I don't understand how much more money they could have not saved from just putting it on HBO Max. That's it. Just be like, it's not going to the theaters. It's just going straight to streaming. I still don't get that.
I wish someone could I wish there was like a lawyer in there that could just like leak the logistics of like how much money are they saving? How much money are they saving? Like,
we might know somebody, but we'll talk about that later.
Say that.
I don't know what you said right there.
We might know someone, but
I didn't hear you.
Send that text right now, but we'll move on to Shazam because Shazam.
I just want to know. I want to know the logistics of how much money they actually saving. Are they getting spotted a 5 or a 20? Or are they getting spotted a million?
Probably a 20. Probably a 20. Or probably a 50 just to hold them off until the next paycheck. But yeah, moving on to Shazam, that got delayed to March 17th, 2023. And that was supposed to drop literally at the end of this year, December 21st.
Crazy. Now that should be a Christmas movie because of the last one.
Bro, come on. That's perfect. That's perfect for the holiday season. Come on.
And it's like and it's more like kid friendly. Like, it's got more to do with kids.
Exactly. I'm more upset at Shazam getting delayed than Aquaman getting delayed.
Yeah. Why not just have Black Adam and Shazam like like line them up together? You know what I mean? Like, especially with people, like, there are 2 properties that should be at least synonymous with each other.
Right.
Like, at least keep them around. Like I understand maybe Aquaman, but and like put Aquaman in
Yeah,
that March date.
I feel like
But
I feel
man,
like you
pushing
could have kept Shazam
Aquaman
with Black Adam.
all the way to December.
It's because
Shazam in March.
what did Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, say? We're changing the whole face of the
Oh
DCU
wait, what does this mean about
stuff? Like
I don't see anything about Flash.
The hierarchy.
What does that mean about the Flash? When's the Flash supposed to come out?
It's coming out in June of next year.
Oh,
so we get Shazam, then 2 months later
we'll get Shazam.
No, 3 months later.
3 months later we'll get the Flash. And then
Aquaman after
6 months later we'll get
but
Aquaman.
That's confusing because like what are they doing with the Flash that might affect everything? And then we're just getting Aquaman.
He apologized, bro.
No, I'm talking about. I'm just talking about pure narrative. I'm just talking about pure narrative of the movie.
Nothing matters no more. Everything's getting canceled. Ezra Miller apologized. Problem solved.
Dude, this is a tax thing. This is a tax thing again. This is what it is. They want to make 2023 the most profitable year they had in the last 5 years. What is it? A fiscal year or some shit like that? It's a fiscal year.
I just feel like however the Flash ends is going to make no sense with whatever Aquaman brings.
Honestly, at this point. At this point, I can give two shits about the Flash movie. To be honest, would I want to watch it just to watch it? Yeah. Sure, I love the Flash as a character.
Correct.
One of, if not my favorite DC superhero. And do I want to see it? Of course.
And what's frustrating is he had a goated scene in the Snyder Cut.
Goated.
Absolutely goated scene, which never should have been deleted or not filmed or whatever. I don't know. I think it was partially filmed or something, but like that should have never.
Was filmed.
Was it just? It
was switched with the car moving scene.
But was it filmed and not chosen, or was it not filmed at
all?
No,
it was filmed.
Just not post.
How you had that filmed and thought, nah, this ain't it, and used the truck scene.
Barry Allen at his peak, bro. It's like, come on, you remove
that
some shit
scene.
Like that?
When I watched that, I literally just after how many hours was that in? Like, I mean,
that was like almost 4 hours in.
4 hours in, and I legit was like, rewind, rewind. And then I'll finish the movie.
Exactly. But yeah, man,
it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
It's crazy. But
to have that scene and then no one care about this movie.
Yeah, no. And then the thing is, like, it perfectly sets up the events of the movie. Yeah. It's like, and everything he's gonna learn and deal with, and the ramifications of all that. And it's like now for what now? Mm-hmm. It's like for what now? So yeah, I'm not really looking forward to it, but I'll watch it if it comes out. We'll see what happens after.
Yep.
The apology is accepted.
If that's not delayed again, like
if that's not delayed again. But yeah, so we got some new release dates. So The Nun, obviously James Wan that's part of his universe.
That looks good.
Will be releasing September 9th, 2023. Evil Dead Rise will now be releasing on April 21st, 2023. The House Party reboot, which was supposed to release on HBO Max, is now getting a theatrical release this year. The Christmas Story sequel is dropping on HBO Max November 17th. And they also announced an untitled event film. No details on that. It's an untitled event film. Not sure what that means.
The Flash.
Not sure what that means, but it's imagine the Flash gets moved up instead of delayed. That'll be funny. But yeah, that event film is releasing on February 10th, 2023. So yeah, it's like Ed said, they're trying to make 2023 the most profitable year in the last 5 years. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, like as Boozer was mentioning earlier, Black Adam and then My Darling or whatever the movie name was, Florence Pugh and Harry Styles. Those are the only movies.
Wait, what about House Party? Didn't that say releasing in theaters this year?
Yeah, it's dropping this year because it was supposed to drop on HBO Max, but they decided to give it a theatrical.
So aren't they releasing 3 movies? I don't know why they keep saying they're only releasing 2.
Well, big blockbusters.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Big blockbusters.
Big blockbusters.
Yeah, so the big blockbusters they're releasing is just Black Adam and then the Darling movie with Florence Pugh. Let me get the name right. Let me look that up real quick. I think it's called My Darling. I think it's called.
I know which one you're talking about. The one that with Harry Styles. Yeah, something like that.
Florence. Yeah, it's called My Darling. Oh, Don't Worry, Darling. That's what it's called. So Black Adam, Don't Worry, Darling are the only 2 big blockbusters They're dropping this year, and their reason, Greg and finance again. There's no cash. There's no cash to be releasing
they are
more than 2 blockbusters in 2022.
Bro, they are literally pulling like inviting a friend out to go out to dinner and then being like, oh,
damn,
shit, I left my wallet at home.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I know. I've been there. I've experienced it. I've been there.
I've been on the receiving end. They really pulling it. Like we just ain't got it. I listen. I would.
Yo, I got you. I got you, bro. I got you next.
I got you next year, 2023.
Bro. I don't got it for 2022, but I got you 2023.
See what happens is I got to check in with interest. Savings. I got to check in a savings, and then if I move money from one to another, it's a certain amount of business days.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how Greg and Finance is handled. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like just DC as a whole, HBO Max, Warner Brothers as an entire conglomerate company, whatever you want to call it, just not looking too pretty right now.
I feel bad for like DC only fans because like no matter what criticism you have with Marvel, whether you love the shows, movies, or like find them mediocre, or like you're in between, you love some, you hate some, but like at least we getting some good stuff and some, whether you like it or not, like we getting stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and for me, like, there's very little stuff that I really don't like, and there's definitely really nothing I hate. So, like, I'm feasting. You know what I mean? And I love DC and Marvel, so I feel hurt about the DC stuff. But man, if you're a DC fan,
it's painful.
You
it's like...
are in pain. You are in just the abyss if you're a DC only fan.
I'm in pain because it's
Batman.
Doing they're just like hurting the characters. They're not even hurting, you know what I mean? I don't give a shit about big business or whatever like that, but like when they're hurting the characters that have given so much, I'm like, you know what? You know how many times the universe has already been restarted in DC, right? In DC Comics, about 7 times. 7 major times has been rebooted.
Yo, imagine this. Imagine this.
They died for us.
Yo, imagine this untitled event film is that crisis film. Just restart everything. Yo, imagine.
So awkward.
Yo, you'd be some funny shit if they just released like an animated film that was like, this is what we wanted to do, and they just like reset everything, and they're like, okay, we want to do live action stuff.
Well, as a matter of fact, wait, what is it like? The last of the animated stuff when they did Dark Side War, like
I missed so many of the animated movies.
Oh my god, those were dark. Those were like straight up like very mature dark stories, which was great because they redid the Death of Superman line, and they did it exactly like with the comics. They introduced Superboy, they brought in Steel. They when after Doomsday killed Superman and shit. Then they brought in Cyborg Superman at one point. You know what I mean? Like they did it right, and they gave us more. Now, as a trilogy, 1 and 2 were better, but then 3 just set up for the next one, which was the Dark Side War. And that one, dude, oh my god, that was heartbreaking. It was so freaking comic book accurate. It was insane. And like, so what ends up happening? They tell Flash to, hey, you really want to stay here? He was like, you should fix this for us, please. Like, there's nothing
that
you
ending,
do.
bro. You know what's crazy? I came across somebody actually posted it on social media. I think it was on Twitter. Somebody posted that today too. That specific scene. I was like, bro, come on,
hurt. Dude. That was heartbreaking. I'm just like. And then
Barry to carry all that weight afterwards. Oh
yeah, dude, God, that's always like, I feel like, and I don't know if the comics have ever done this. I'm not that wide read on comics, but I feel like they should have like a whole series of him just dealing with the weight of like knowing another universe was destroyed. I don't know if they've ever really dove into that in like a focus series,
but it's not like that's not like the focal point of the stories,
because that's like
I feel like they
knowing
did it
an entire universe is like come and gone.
52, I think they did it with Blue Flash.
It's wild.
With like his evil version.
So they touch upon it a couple of times with with the Blue Flash and all that, or other people knowing that happened. And then because also what happened with New 52 is that Wally West was taken out of the timeline by Dr. Manhattan. So it like and Dr. Manhattan even changed it to the point that not even the Flash remembered it. He remembered Flashpoint, but he didn't understand how everything was getting into like what they called rebirth. So it's like after New 52 finished, rebirth happened, and he's like, people didn't realize why certain people were missing. They didn't remember them. You know what I mean? And then it was just like little by little. So it's not like he only experiences it when someone else comes out from the outside to remind him. And like besides the only things that he ever always remembers is like the fucked up way recently was Anti-Monitor when he sacrificed him during the first crisis. And then he also remembers Flashpoint because those were he was directly involved in those. And then right now with Dark Crisis going on, like he's a big player in it right now, but there's still a lot of story to go. So I don't know what Joshua Williams is doing, but it's really good. So yeah, but yeah, it is. He does go through a lot of shit. That's the like last thing, and also when he died the first time too, the first time they ever did Flash Rebirth. You know what I mean? That was a big one. So yeah, it's a lot of great stuff in the comics, man. There's just. This is not a comic book.
It will make for great cinema. It will make for great cinema. The drama to Barry Allen and the Speed Force in the multiverse. Oh
run, Barry, run,
bro! That line, as cheesy as it is, as cheesy as that line is, it's just Tom Cavanaugh's delivery.
Tom Cavanaugh is a goat from that show.
He really is.
If we got one amazing thing, other like I think Grant Gustin is a great Flash, but boy. Tom Cavanaugh was just provided so many amazing characters in that show.
Dude, I think seeing John Wesley Shipp in his original Flash suit again, and then also showing up as Jay Garrick, I was just like, that was perfection. I'm like, they gave him it in multiple ways.
Was great.
And they actually gave him a finale for his 90s show. And I'm like, I was like, well done.
Peak
well done.
Flash.
There's definitely some for all the negatives. There's definitely some good positives.
If I can go back to the start of the pandemic and rewatch the entirety of the Flash again, I would do it. I would do it. If I know
at least I know what episodes to skip this time.
I wouldn't do it all over again.
Wait, when the last season I watched, I think was like the dude in the wheelchair. No,
there's a lot of them.
No, the one
yeah, right.
There's a lot of those.
The locust dude, the cicada. Cicada was the last season I watched.
Okay. So did you watch the Thinker one? You might be like 4.
Cicada and Thinker, I've watched.
So you watched those two? So maybe 3 or 4?
Okay, so maybe 3 or 4 seasons behind.
3 or 4.
I think
I don't think much.
Because if they're going on 9, I can't be that because I saw because Thinker and Cicada are 2. And then we have Black Flash, Reverse Flash, and then I definitely.
Well, Ozzy, you literally just caught up the other day. Like,
I'm not caught up on the latest season.
What were the villains? You have Reverse Flash.
Well, you had a lot of speed. Well, if you want to know about the recent villains, they've been dealing with the Power Force or whatever, the Time Force, whatever
the
it's
forces.
Called. All the forces. So physical embodiments of like different aspects of the like Speed Force spectrum or whatever, or the emotional spectrum, whatever it is that you
we get into it, but don't worry about it.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what they've been dealing with. Obviously, Iris, Mirror Master was like one of the big villains these past couple seasons.
It wasn't technically Mirror Master; it was his girl.
Thinker was 4, Cicada was 5, so that's the last season I watched. So I guess 6, 7, 8. So I'm 3 seasons behind.
I was right. Yeah.
You're good though. I mean, there's some.
Well, technically, you're gonna be 4 once it starts.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff sprinkled in between, but you got to endure a lot to get to those good gems.
I will say Cicada was rough because like it was just so many episodes of like we can catch him. But there's a reason why we're not going to go after him. Like
we can't go after him today.
One of our teammates is hurt, and we have 3 speedsters that one of them could rush them to a hospital, and the other 2 could go after Cicada. But we're not going to do that. It was too many. Like we can get him, but we're not going to. It was too much.
And then the shift on focus on Iris.
We are the Flash,
and that's the biggest problem for me. That's the biggest problem for me with the whole 24 episode structure for CW shows. Is like it's just they focus on one main villain and they have a couple villains of the day, but like because they have one villain that they can't catch for 24 episodes. It just becomes
at least they learn. I will give them props for learning from their like mistakes, I guess. Since they have been reducing a lot of the shows to like 13 episodes.
Oh,
13,
have
16
they?
episodes.
Oh yeah. Some of the other, are you talking about like some of the other shows?
Yeah, like Stargirl has all been 13 episodes.
Yeah,
After the first season,
and I think Lois and Superman is
13
yeah, that's
episodes.
lower. Yeah.
I mean,
So
Naomi
good.
got 13 episodes. Black Lightning was always kept at 16 episodes.
Sweet spot. I feel like that's the sweet spot.
Oh yeah.
The only thing 24 episodes work with are procedurals.
Yeah, if I'm watching Law and Order,
your medical shows.
Episodes. Yeah, if I'm watching Law and Order, you can give me 52 episodes, for the year, and I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm not getting
just something that
shit.
technically has maybe a loose plot thread throughout the season, but like really you could jump in at any episode, and it's just a single, insulated episode. Yeah.
Word.
But all right, so to cap off on that, we did get our first look at The Last of Us, the HBO Max series. It was a quick, like 10, 15-second little promo. We got a nice little clip, some dialogue. So far, so good. Can't really judge much off of that, but it looks good. I'm very, very, very interested.
I have it. I still haven't played it though. I need to play it. Don't give me that look. You look. This is his frozen face.
Yo, you ready? You ready? I'm gonna keep your face frozen. Neither
what? Oh yeah. See,
you're alone here.
Wow. Come on.
Damn. My man said, deuces.
Come on.
He was like, I can't do this anymore.
This hurts. Y'all both killing me, Smalls.
Dude, we have a lot of games to play, man. We have a lot of games.
It's a great game. I haven't played The Last of Us 2.
Yes.
I haven't played The Last of Us 2, but I did play the first one.
Well then.
How dare you?
Shit.
Trying to lecture us.
I'm getting the fuck up out of here too. And that's the end of the pod.
Just take this.
Turn off all the fucking lights now while I'm at it. But yeah, it looks good. God. It looks good. I mean, Pedro Pascal is basically perfect casting almost for Joel.
I just want to see I want to just play the theater mode of the story. I don't want to. I don't even care about playing it physically. I just want to see this theater mode. You know what I mean? Like if they have all the cutscenes in a row, I want to just watch that because that's what I want. Someone who's watched
what do you call it? Because I never played the Star Wars games, but they had like amazing cutscenes. I can guarantee you if that's on YouTube. I can guarantee you.
Oh, for sure. They do that for a lot of games.
I do that for Mortal Kombat. Like I'm like, listen, I'm not like just let me just watch it. And it's like an hour and a half, 2 hour long thing of cutscenes of the, but I'm like, okay,
just movie.
I can guarantee you all those cutscenes are on YouTube. Guarantee.
Definitely check it out. I think I'm gonna just do that then.
Watch it 4K.
Definitely. You can probably do it for The Last of Us 2 as well.
For every single one of them. I guarantee you.
I got 2 movies.
But yeah. So yeah, this is Ed's scoop. Ed brought in the news today too. Don Lin is listen, he's in talks to be DC's Kevin Feige, essentially, as he's in talks to be the head of DC Entertainment, DC Films, however you want to label it. We did mention that Greg Berlanti was also up there for consideration. So Dan Lin, Greg Berlanti, we'll see who's the better man for the project. That's all we really got.
As long as he loves comics and superheroes and cares about them.
Yeah, he loves Legos.
That's the thing. I mean, listen, he loves Lego movies, Lego Batman. He worked on Godzilla versus Kong.
Just to name a few, I didn't want to type in too many things.
No. I mean, these are some.
I mean, the Lego movie. I mean, that's very much beloved. Godzilla vs Kong, not so much.
Listen, Lego Batman.
Yeah,
a whole bop.
I love Lego Batman.
Yeah, the Lego movies. The Lego movies are bops.
So I mean, just the Lego movies and the Lego Batman alone, bro. I'm sold.
Yeah.
I know I was rooting for Greg Berlanti because he has a pretty nice track record with the CW. But listen,
I would rather have Dan.
Lego Batman.
I would rather have Dan.
I wouldn't mind having them both in the seats together. Let them partner together.
Have a nice dynamic duo.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe just make it a little easier on somebody.
Oh shit!
That's it.
Shit! Hold up.
If you think they're gonna do that, no.
They're not gonna
do it.
No. They're not gonna do it. But my wishful thinking would be, let's say we do these two, Dan Lin and Greg Berlanti, do team up. Let's say the impossible actually happens. Greg Berlanti has a history in long form content, which is TV series.
Mm-hmm.
We got Dan Lin, who's been knocking it out of the park with his movies, bangers. Obviously, Godzilla vs. Kong questionable, but bangers with the Lego movies. All right. We get Dan Lin to oversee the movie side, and then we got Greg Berlanti to see the HBO Max series side, interconnected movie TV universe. Bro, I think we got some bangers. Is it gonna happen?
You just set yourself up for a lot of disappointment.
Bro, I know.
None of that's happening.
I know, but yo, it just clicked on my hold up. We can actually make this work. Instead of having one person,
you just wished upon a star.
I did.
Because essentially that's what they're going to do anyway. They're going to find another person in a chair to be like, hey, you got to watch all the HBO Max stuff and you got to do all this kind of stuff. And it's going to happen. It doesn't really matter. Right. It's like, but like if they just want this head honcho person to say, hey, we have our own Feige for this 10-year plan and look how well we did, that's whatever. I was like,
well, see, that's me wishful thinking, wishing upon a star. This is me going into the Speed Force and hoping I come out the other end with nothing, with no fucking up on the timeline.
Ozzy run.
That's just what it is. And we'll see how bad the timeline is by the time I come out of that Speed Force, We'll just see. We'll see when we get an official announcement. But yeah, so in other news, we do got some Marvel news. We got a little bit of Star Wars news. We got some info on Star Wars Visions 2, season 2. Obviously, the anime for Star Wars. Obviously, they're gonna bring in a whole bunch of diverse anime studios. Studios from South Africa, from Chile, from England, from Ireland. Why are you yelling? France.
He's excited too.
He's excited too, apparently. From South Africa, Chile, England, Ireland, France, and India. So I'm excited to see. This is super diverse and will definitely bring in various and really unique animation styles. So I'm really interested in seeing how this turns out whenever it arrives on Disney Plus. Thor: Love and Thunder is dropping in a couple of weeks on Disney Plus. So if you did not go watch it in theaters, there you go. You can watch it on Disney Plus.
Sorry, I threw up in my mouth a bit.
A little bit. Damn.
A little bit. It's my acid.
Well, now I can watch.
Now people getting savage.
I'm sorry. Nah, man.
Now I can watch it.
It wasn't for me.
now I can watch it. Once I watch it, then I'll come in and I'll be like, yo, maybe you guys were wrong.
We'll give you a 15 to 20 minute rant. That's max that I'll give you 15 to 20 minutes because
I'll give you 5 minutes of Thor: Love and Thunder after I watch it. That's all you'll fucking need.
That's it, perfect.
But then again, I get super wordy and shit. I word vomit.
See, that's a compromise. 15. You know what I mean? You think 5.
Maybe I can do 15. Maybe I can do 15.
That's
You're
it.
right. You know me too well. We've been potted for too damn long. That's how you know you gave me automatic 15. Nah, how's he need 15?
Be fair. 15. Just be fair.
But Disney Plus also announced a King Kong series. Why?
Why?
Dan Lin.
For why? For why? But for why?
Oh man. I why?
He has a hammer. He has an axe now. That's why. You know what I mean? He has an axe. He's learned how to use weapons.
I guess that's the big driving point there. He has an axe now. But yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home, the more fun edition, is obviously arriving in theaters. We got they dropped a new poster for this shit. And this poster has to be the absolute worst. Bro, the Shaggy Dog. The Shaggy Dog poster for the is much. I would rather take the Shaggy Dog movie poster over this fucking poster. It's like, bro, what the fuck is it with studios now dropping just floating heads and bodies on posters nowadays? Like every fucking movie posters like that.
I just want to know, like, listen, I am never gonna pretend like I am a professional, but like my limited knowledge and the student loan debt that I have in getting graphic design degree. I just don't understand who's approving some of these posters.
Bro, it's like why is Betty and why is Flash Thompson on the poster? Why do they have more prominence on the poster than the Green Goblin, who's like probably the main villain of the movie?
And how are you gonna do Doc Ock dirty like that and not even have him in the post? Like why am I having a brain fart on the actor's name?
Can Can I go
Who
through?
plays Doc
I
Ock?
can't. You know what? Just go to the nerdy basement side, guys.
Alfred Molina.
Yeah, Alfred Molina for Doc Ock. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not even.
How you not gonna? He's not in the poster. His arms are.
Wow. No, because you know why? Because they put Betty and fucking.
How are you not gonna have Doc Ock, who,
Thompson.
by the way, performed fantastically in the movie? How are you not gonna have him?
It's like, bro, why are you releasing this movie again? Why are you releasing it again? It's not gonna hit the same. I am sorry. I don't care how many times you go rewatch it in theater. You're not gonna capture the magic of watching this movie go down for the first time.
Bro.
Yeah, you might get excited, but it's not gonna hit the same.
Who other than Greg from finance is approving these posters?
On top of that, they're only re-releasing it because they're adding 11 minutes of extra footage. Granted, when it comes to movies, 11 minutes is a lot.
Yeah, it could be a lot.
You could have just easily added this to the fucking Blu-ray,
and then get those DVD sales.
Yep,
easily. Why do I need to go to the movie theater for 11 minutes of footage? Why? But then again, they re-released Morbius, so it's like, why am I asking questions?
Let's move on.
Whoever is in charge, I feel
we need to move on.
I just want to I just want to know how that, because I know there's a plot. You have your designers, you have the person above, and then you have probably one other person above that does the final approval on a poster. I assume it's at least 2 extra chains, and that poster went up that, and they were like, "Bob."
So okay, remember, you've also been a designer long enough to know we also tend to end up becoming just the pair of hands for that person all the way up on top, saying, you know what would be a beautiful poster? Have all their heads, just make sure they're portrait.
Agreed.
Move into the left.
To what Ed, real quick, to what Ed is saying,
who came up with that idea initially to just do those floating heads? It's like, who thought that was cool?
To what Ed was saying, to be completely fair, as someone who did one of my first jobs, when I was in college, was I did the graphic design work for Rowan University or whatever, and it was just like making posters and flyers for events. And I remember I did this design for they had a music concert, like a rock band concert, where it was going to be a contest and whatnot, and Battle of the Bands. And I used this kind of edgy font, and it was it was kind of cool. It was rock star vibe. And he was like, no one's gonna be able to read that. And I'm like, it's a poster. No one's gonna read the text from it 10 miles away. If they get close enough, they will easily be able to read this text. And he's like, I'm gonna need you to use this font. And it was the most generic, basic ass font. And I have all this cool stuff going on in the poster. And then you have this basic Times Roman font. And I'm like,
the basic,
and I had no choice.
Impact.
He was
not even impact.
He said, this is what you're gonna put. You know what I mean? So in all fairness, I'm sure there was probably someone, and it was probably started from a nonsense executive that then told the guy below, and then that person was like, fuck, you gotta do this. And then that person was like, okay, designer, listen, I'm gonna need you to put Betty in the poster, and I'm gonna need you to put listen, they want a lot of the actors in here. Just put them all in there.
Put them all except one of the main antagonists.
Except one of the main antagonists. Put his arms. Because people love the arms. People love those Doc arms. Those octopus arms. So make sure they're in there.
And make it see, just have the arms come out from behind them as if they're being clamped onto, by the octopus hands.
And then that designer,
real menacing.
That designer is probably you're fucking kidding me, right?
See,
so in all fairness to Ed, it probably there's probably more blame on whatever executive had this idea than probably a graphic designer.
That's what I like to say.
This is my idea.
Yes,
it's probably the other way around. It's probably first poster was probably fire, and they were probably I'm not seeing enough actors' heads.
Dude, everyone knows there's the designer's design, and then there's the approved design. And then it's just it is what it is. There's a two road street. I'm sure if we find out who this designer is,
the movie
and their portfolio, we might see what it is.
The movie spoiled now, so now we can have Toby, and Andrew.
But make sure Green Goblin is super small though.
Yo, just like that other poster where Lizard was like a little ant.
Bro, it's like, come.
Dude, Lizard, the action figures behind my head right now. Lizard was smaller than that in the poster. Lizard was smaller than that. Ready? Wait, hold up. That was Lizard on the shoulder of something.
Bro, I can't deal with these posters, bro.
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah, I definitely think I put more blame, definitely, like most likely
you have to
on some executive that thought this would be a better idea.
Because again, it's executed very well. It's a clean design, layout and everything. It looks good.
It screams,
but it's stupid idea.
It screams, someone else's idea.
It screams Greg from finance.
Yes,
they were like, Greg, I know you have nothing to do with graphic design, but our graphic designer made this like cool looking poster, but we just wanted your opinion. And Greg was like, oh, how many actors are in this movie? And they were like, a lot. And he was like, just put all their heads in there.
Yo, Greg works for a lot of companies, by the way.
He does.
He does. He gets around. He doesn't have a non-exclusive contract.
Yo, what a whore. Let's continue.
Yeah, so moving on from that, we got a release date for the Knives Out sequel, Glass Onion. That's dropping on Netflix and in theaters on December 23rd this year.
Yes.
That'll be about.
It's going straight to Netflix?
Yeah, it's getting a same day release.
Nice. Deserves a theater release though. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I would rather go watch this in theaters.
Yeah.
After seeing the first, I'm like, damn, I really missed out on this in theaters.
Same.
That's that first movie is in top 10 easily for me.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was fucking great. But yeah, that's getting a release on Netflix and in theaters on December 23rd, and it's also getting screened at the Toronto International Film Festival. Ooh. So that's gonna be dope. So a lot of people get to see that a little early. We got official announcement of the 4th and final season of the Umbrella Academy. Okay. Obviously, season 3 dropped this year. Mixed reviews on that from most fans, but we're getting a 4th and final season. No need to further push the envelope on this. I think.
Yeah.
Gerard Way doesn't even have more story to give them yet. Like they have as much as you can do. So
exactly.
Let's keep it going.
So it's good that it's ending while it's still hot, pretty much. So after that, Steve Blackman, who was also the show creator of Umbrella Academy for Netflix, will be working on the live action series of Horizon Zero Dawn, obviously a video game adaptation of that, or Horizon. Okay. The Zero Dawn just comes afterwards. I'm not sure why Guerrilla worded it that way. There's no the little points like the subtitle thing. But yeah, whatever. Horizon Zero Dawn live action series coming to Netflix from Steve Blackman. Obviously, casting on that will begin real soon. Casting on that will begin soon, and then filming is planned to start in early 2023, according to reports. So we also got another announcement on top of Umbrella Academy, on top of Horizon Zero Dawn, the BioShock live action film coming to Netflix too. This is something, they did announce this during To Doom, I think it was, or maybe before To Doom this past summer. And it's just a film that's been stuck in development hell, kind of like Sandman for the past
it has
fucking decade, even more than that, maybe 12, 15 years, for obvious reasons, visuals, budget, wanted to be super faithful to the source material, which I feel when it comes to a story like BioShock, you kind of really need to be super faithful to a degree.
Yeah,
to that
it's such a good story.
Material.
There's not
exactly, and then the universe is so the world building of that is so unique and it's so rich. So you gotta have that. It's kind of like Sandman. You need to have that that dedication and that. It doesn't need to be one for one, but you need to have a solid adaptation in order for this to really succeed and whatever. And obviously you got to capture the looks of the little sisters. The big sisters, the city alone. The city is on the water.
BioShock, that city is a character, 100%.
It is.
That environment is its own character.
As I'm saying, the world building is super rich when it comes to the BioShock franchise. So I think Netflix has their work cut off for them, to be honest. But Francis Lawrence, who directed, things like The Hunger Games, is directing the movie, which I guess is a good sign. Hunger Games have always been, at least from a director standpoint, have been visually appealing. So I think we can kind of get some good visuals in terms of directing when it comes to BioShock. There's a lot of Netflix stuff dropped today. Stranger Things season 5, the final season, confirmed to be 8 episodes.
They better be 2 hours each episode. That's
you know they're gonna be
2 hours.
You know they're gonna be.
They're gonna milk the shit out of it.
Better be.
And listen, it wasn't so bad. I just finished watching Stranger Things 4 like a month ago, and I was like, damn, these episodes are long. These are all
finale,
features.
That finale
Was
worth it.
But it didn't feel like the runtime didn't feel heavy.
It's a great story, and again, it's like they have way too many plots to like give closure for. So it's like it's not just the main line. They have so many other subplots that they need to fix up and clean up for us that they need as much time as possible.
Yeah.
So if it's not each episode is an hour like 20, I think they're not doing justice to this. Like there has, and there also is supposed to be a time skip, I think too.
There is.
Yeah, they are. That was confirmed like early on in the summer. Because the kids are older now, so now they're forced to kind of do the time.
Especially by the time it's filmed,
So you know they were forced to do the time jump, even though that wasn't part of the original story. But listen, pandemic happened. These kids grew. What can you do, bro? You got to do it.
Puberty's a bitch.
Puberty is a bitch.
Before we move on to the next one, I don't know if you guys saw any, but I saw a video online of someone showing some like I don't know if they were leaked or not, but like it looked like set shots from the Fallout show, and the set photos look dope.
Yo, I'm looking forward to. That's a game that I've played,
like
but
never
never fully like dove into that world and really got in it too deep into the lore. But I feel like if done right, this could be another one of those like high top bangers.
Dude, the set designs look great.
I mean, you got to capture that set. If you're gonna tell a Fallout story, you got to capture those visuals. There's just no cutting corners on that. You got.
I got to see some
visuals.
Crazy ass weapons.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, so moving on to the video game, more video games stuff. Gotham Knights, the video game, not the show, because that's been canceled. Had no relation to the video game, but apparently it was called Gotham Knights. So the video game is releasing October 21st. Staying within the video game realm, there's a live action adaptation for Gravity Rush that's in development. There's obviously, I believe there's an anime for that too. No, was that for God Eater? Is it Gravity Rush or God Eater? One of those two. But anyway, Gravity Rush is a video game, so that's getting a live action adaptation. We also got casting news for the Red Sonja live action film. Matilda Lutz is going to be playing Red Sonja. Klaus from the Umbrella Academy is also in this movie. I forgot the actor's name. Michael something. I forgot. I really forgot his name at the moment. I'm going blank. Brain fart right now. Yo, 2 pods back to back. We haven't done this in forever. So it's like my brain's like and it's late. You know what I mean? We're almost done though. But yeah, so The Boys season 4 started filming this week. We also got casting. We got some behind the scenes set photos. And we also got casting news. Jeffrey Dean Morgan has joined the cast. Undisclosed role, no specification. But listen, I'm here for it.
Amen.
That's a great. I don't care what he does.
I don't care what he do.
Bro, he was in Fall. I don't know if you guys remember the interview we did for Fall. He's in that movie, and his role is super minor. I was like, yo, this is Jeffrey Dean Morgan, man. He playing the sad dad and shit. I'm here for it. But yeah, so essentially cap this all off. We got some a new release date, not necessarily a new release date, but a release format. We're getting the hybrid release for Halloween Ends. It's going to be dropping in theaters and on Peacock on October 14th. Obviously, we got a poster for that and all that good stuff. I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully it ends this time for real, but I don't think it's going to end. Michael Myers will be back eventually.
Oh, we know someone's story is going to end, but we know this won't be the end of Michael Myers.
This won't be the end of Michael Myers. Give it 5 years and they'll come out with another reboot for sure.
5 years? Give it 3.
Thank God.
I'll give it 2. Next year we'll get a Halloween series.
No, you ready?
I call exclusively on Peacock.
I call it within 4 years, either an announcement or something, just something within 4 years.
Yeah, they're gonna announce some type of spin-off and shit. I'm telling you, some type of spin-off series.
You ready? And it'll start with a new journey begins.
Bro, if we look, Hulu has, and this is stuff I didn't even include on there. Hulu has the Hellraiser reboot. That's
the 7th
later this. later this year, or I think in a
the
few
7th of
weeks.
October. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dropping. So that's a reboot of the original. We got Halloween ending. That we'll get a reboot for that. They continue Child's Play with the series, which did phenomenal, and now the second season dropping.
Yeah, I heard people enjoyed it. I haven't watched it.
Apparently it was really good. Really good. I got to check it out, but it was really good. Apparently, obviously 2 seasons for that. I don't know what we're gonna do with Friday the 13th. I don't know what we're gonna do with Nightmare.
In all fairness, Hellraiser.
We need more Annabelle.
I feel like they weren't. I feel like the Hellraiser movies just were very carbon copies of each other. I feel like I would like to see something fresh from Hellraiser. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Besides the Rick and Morty parodies, like the Rick and Morty parodies were hilarious. I love those.
I haven't seen those.
Those are great. Oh man, but yeah, that's it for this week. I'm exhausted, guys. That was a lot of news. We really went in on the HBO Warner Brothers stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to look forward to.
I feel like next week it's just gonna be like another list of like 50 things we gotta talk about from
let's hope not.
You know what?
Yeah, let's hope not.
As I'm looking through the news, I'm like, all right, we definitely gotta talk about this. We definitely gotta talk about this. Oh, so now they went back
every day.
And it's every day, bro.
You know what, guys? Let's let the fans tell us like how much more of the sad news they need to hear first.
Bro, I feel like, dude, I feel like next week we're gonna see like an article. It's gonna be like, listen, Warner Brothers has a Kickstarter for.
Bro, imagine they got a Kickstarter.
The
Kickstarter
to fund our future movies. If you want to be a partner in this,
to fund the salary of the team that they're putting together for the 10-year plan, that's what the Kickstarter is for. It's gonna be like, if you pledge today,
we promise Matt Reeves
you become an associate producer on
future
every
movies
film we released since.
So if you want Batman 2, please join our Kickstarter.
If you want to be an
you can have your name in the credits
as an assistant producer.
And just like 8,000.
Yo, if you pledge, you get a custom Twitter header that says assistant producer on such and such film.
And don't forget, if you pledge $15 or more, you get a special lanyard.
And you get a special t-shirt.
Done. Guys, that was a great night.
We gotta get the fuck out of here.
We're done now. Bye. See you later in the basement. Peace. I can't now. Bye. I'm literally stopping the recording now. Bye.